Well, it's an absolutely filthy night here in Gothenburg. We've got the Real Madrid team caption up, as you can see. The best news of the week for them was that the West German international Stielicke came through a test on a back injury, and he plays in midfield. Aberdeen have got great respect for him. Alex Ferguson says that he adds such urgency to the whole side. Santillana and Juanito are their chief strike force, and Santillana, incidentally, has scored in every round of this competition so far. I mean, they are an exceptional club. This is their 179th European match. That's a record. Aberdeen, incidentally, playing in their 49th. And Real Madrid have played in 27 seasons of European competition out of 28. Let's just have a look at the Aberdeen team. And it was a blow when they had to rule out Dougie Bell with an ankle injury. His midfield runs would surely have unsettled Real Madrid. Stuart Kennedy not quite ready to start the game at full-back, but he'll be the substitute. The average age of this Aberdeen side is about 23, but they are bubbling with confidence. As the Italian referee, Gianfranco Menegali, a lawyer from Rome, 50 years old next month, leads out the teams into the rain, which has eased off just a fraction, but it's been absolutely torrential for something like 3 hours. And that follows a lot of heavy rain yesterday as well, but happily here at the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg, they do have a massive cover over the pitch, rather like the centre court at Wimbledon, and they rolled that off about an hour ago, and there's little doubt that without that, this match might have been in doubt. Got with me Ian St John. Ian, these conditions, are they going to, I mean, the Aberdeen players that we see here, these are sort of conditions that they would enjoy, or does it add an extra hazard for them?
Well, I think it's an extra hazard, Brian, but I mean, in Scotland we do get a bit of rain, you know, throughout the winter, so the Aberdeen players are used to the conditions. I'm just a little bit worried in case this casual water starts to lie at the top, now that they take the cover off, and that could then be a terrible hazard for both sides.
Madrid, who in fact have to go back to, for all their great successes, and they've won the European Cup 6 times and lost in 3 of the finals, they have to go back to 1966 for their last big European success. In 1971 they lost the Cup Winners' Cup to Chelsea, and in 1981, of course, the European Cup to Liverpool, and 6 of that Real Madrid side are in action against Aberdeen tonight. There's a good amount of grass on the pitch. It was worrying Aberdeen a little bit last night when they trained on it, because it looked to be a little long, but the groundsman clearly has got the mower on it before the rains came today. So at the moment the surface won't be too bad. That's big Metcod on the right, the Dutchman, the number 4, who's a sweeper. The goalkeeper for Real Madrid is Augustin, and there's Alex Ferguson, the Aberdeen manager. What a triumph it's been for him over the few years that he's been with the Aberdeen club, bringing them here really to the biggest night in the club's history. Alongside him, Archie Knox, his right-hand man, and the man who's done all the spying on the opposition. Aberdeen, of course, never in a European final, but as Alex Ferguson says, if we can play as we did against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final and we beat them, if we can reach that level of performance, we shall have an outstanding chance here tonight. Well, the one and only Alfredo Di Stefano, one of Real Madrid's greatest players, now their coach, scorer of 49 European Cup goals. What a record. Well, it's Real Madrid in that famous all-white strip, and they'll be attacking the goal to our right. The formalities were kept down to the bare necessities, no national anthems at all, probably because the weather is so appalling. And the rain continues to sweep down. This is Camacho to the number 11, Isidro. And a free kick to Aberdeen. No, the ball was out of play. It's Big Doug Roofy with the throw. He's playing at right back. He normally plays left back, but of course with Stuart Kennedy out of action, they've had to switch the full-backs around a little bit, and John McMaster coming in at left back to number 3. Jim Leighton, I would have thought goalkeepers don't really relish these conditions when the ball can skid such a lot. McGee jumping for that one, but Falls again for Real Madrid. Rugby in very quickly with his challenge. And Strachan just getting through there. Black for McGee now as Aberdeen come forward, finding their feet, and Augustin, the 6'4" goalkeeper. Miller in very quickly indeed. And Bonnet, Rugby returning it. And now Gallego. 25th birthday for him today, to Juanito. Such an experienced little World Cup player and international for Spain. Where his first real touch. Now Stilica, the man who was doubtful for so long. And Stilica, who lost in the European Cup final, the number 10 for Mönchengladbach against Liverpool, also for Real Madrid against Liverpool. He lost in a World Cup final for West Germany against Italy. And he'll be hoping for a change of fortune tonight. This is Juan Jose, and now Stilica, the West German. Juan Jose, his first year at Real Madrid, nicked away nicely there, and here comes Strachan now for Aberdeen. He's got McGee through the middle, and in the end it's Juanito's coming back to do the defender's job, and the ball caught there, as you can see, in a lot of casual water in that Real Madrid penalty area. Stilica, a nice little dummy there by Angel. Put out by Kupa. Stilica again. And Bonnet getting a little bit caught up there. Aberdeen getting possession once more. And a good break once more is on for them, but the shot well wide by Neil Simpson. What do you think he's thinking, Ian, in the first few minutes of this game, Alec Ferguson?
Well, obviously, it was very apprehensive time for him to start of the game. We'll just be hoping that his lads settle down to the passing that they've been working on. I was just looking at the passes that were made there, Brian, that the water is holding the ball up. I think if you play short tonight, you could be in trouble.
Strachan playing a good shot, against the crossbar and knocked down there by Eric Black. A tremendous strike for Aberdeen, and young Black, only 19 years old, caught that spectacularly on the volley.
Well, that was a first-class volley, wasn't it? Really superb. And when we talk about the European players,
so close,
the technique, and I thought that was tremendous. What a super goal that would have been, Brian.
Well, the keeper, I don't think, quite got a touch, and they're not happy with the ball.
He's maybe hit it so hard he's must have.
Well, that will certainly give Aberdeen an awful lot of confidence. I think there was a worry that a young side playing against a side like Real Madrid with such tradition might be a little bit overawed. But they are settling to the task well at the moment. And they've got a substitute ball on, and it looks as though Johnny Metgod will take the goal kick. He's also in his first season at Real Madrid, having arrived from AZ 67 of Holland. The number 8 is Angel. And Alec McLeish quite happy to turn that away into touch. There's 5 minutes of the game gone. And it's still raining really heavily. Played back once more, McLeish just sticking out the foot. And Aberdeen almost caught out for a moment inside their own penalty area. Camacho. And now it's Gallego to Juan Jose. Challenged, he thought, a little unfairly by McGee. Juanito. And Aberdeen again get possession. And young John McMaster in a lot of water down there on the touchline with the throw. Looking for McGee, taken up by Simpson, and now Neil Cooper. Simpson now for Aberdeen. Madrid getting a few players back, trying to play it wide for Eric Brack now, and he's got Rugby up there if he wants him, and they get a corner. So corner to Aberdeen. Cooper's gone in for this one. And almost certainly Rugby is there. 6'2", yes, he's in there too. But Alec McLeish has stayed back this time. Well, it looks as though we might be having yet another football. They'll get it right in a moment. And Strachan waits patiently to take this corner then for Aberdeen. Black, McGee, Cooper. Aberdeen ahead inside 7 minutes. Well, it was McLeish's late run that did it in.
Well, Alex Vegas was telling me yesterday at the hotel.
Aberdeen are in the lead. Peter Weir now for Aberdeen. What a good start.
Then that'll give them tremendous confidence, Brian, because if you score a goal off something that you've been working on in training, it gives everybody a big boost. So the Aberdeen boys will be thinking maybe this is their night.
McMaster to Rugby. Cleared by Camacho and happy to put it away into touch. If there'd been an infringement, it'll be a free kick to Real Madrid, which Camacho will take. Now Gallego to Bonnet. Gallego, they're pushing them forward now. Camacho in a lot of space on the far side. And a lot of activity from the white shirts up front. Real test for Aberdeen now, having got this lead. Santillana up well, he's a very good header of the ball. Weir had it and lost it for a moment. And here's McMaster coming away again for Aberdeen. To Strachan. Into McGee, just got the ball away before he was clattered in from behind. And the referee, who has the reputation of being a fairly strong disciplinarian, was quick to award the free kick for Aberdeen. In fairness, he could do little else. Cooper playing it now for Strachan. McGee taking a buffeting from behind, another free kick. Madrid complaining, but the pain coming Aberdeen's way, and the free kick also. Well, Rugby will take it. Although I think Strachan was looking to try and dink one in quickly there himself. It'll be Strachan now. Well, that's something that they work at quite often, Ian, and catch a few people out as though they are messing a free kick up, but the flag is up in any case for an offside.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see if they get a free kick around the edge of the box. They do a little kick where they confuse everybody.
I think they beat Bayern Munich with that, didn't they, in a quarter-final?
Yeah, I mean, they have full of ideas, you know, they're very inventive side.
Well, here's Bonnet for Real Madrid. Now, will Strachan get there? He does. Camacho, too. Played on again for Angel. But there's Cooper coming back quickly this time and getting it back to Jim Leighton. Something like 12,000 Aberdeen fans are here, and they've come by boat and by plane, even by fishing boat. And I heard of a couple who came from Singapore, to something like 3,000 who've come up from Madrid. So the Madrid fans are being out-shouted at the moment, and certainly Aberdeen have got plenty to shout about. A goal up, if you've just come in, scored by Eric Black after 6 minutes. Aberdeen in the all-red strip. Metgod, but Willie Miller judging the difficult bouncing ball to a nicety, finding Mark McGee, battling with Camacho, comes for Rugby, swept towards Metgod, but Black was in the air. Gallego challenged from behind by Cooper, who's a tremendous competitor in the middle of the field, just 19 years old. Metgod, the long clearance to Juanito. They'll need to backpedal quickly, and Santillana's waiting in the middle, but that was a terrible cross from a man who's had 34 caps from Spain and is 28 years old, has been in the game a long time, and Di Stefano wouldn't have been happy once it looked as though Real Madrid might have been on a useful break. So Aberdeen are leading by a goal to nil. And you can probably hear that infernal drum, Manolo, that the man from the World Cup is about 30 yards to the left of us, and our heads will be ringing by the end of the night. Jim Leighton then with the goal kick for Aberdeen. Peter Weir touching it back for McMaster. Good pass of a ball, left foot there, played forward firmly, and now with Simpson. Strachan coming back and really looks to be wanting to get in the action all the time. McMaster again. McGee and Black are up front. And a good jump there again by Eric Black. And there was a bit of kicking and shoving going on there after the kick had, after the header had gone in by Bonnet. And Bonnet has something of a reputation. I'm told he's had as many as 15 yellow cards this season. This is the number 5. It's Camacho, number 3 for Real Madrid at the moment. Stilica making no progress. Another foul against Real Madrid.
I think they might try to come to physical a little bit, Real. One or two of the defenders have been putting it in. Camacho and, as you say, Bonnet there had a whack at Eric Black when he was on the floor. And I remember 2 years ago against Liverpool in the final of the European Cup, they started the game very physically, you know, but Liverpool matched them for it, and I'm sure Aberdeen will as well.
Well, here's Mark McGee. Now for Peter Weir. Looking to drink his way. And Juan Jose this time. One free kick after another.
Well, they say that Juan Jose is not a good defender, and I know that Aberdeen are hoping that Peter Weir, who is a very good dribbler, will be able to take the full back on tonight and cause some damage.
Well, the referee delaying the taking of that free kick. Wants to make sure Real Madrid are back the full 10 yards. It's McMaster with it, curled in towards the near post. And a goal kick. Just McGee who got in there.
I think McGee and Black, the two strikers for Aberdeen, will give the defenders quite a hard night of it, because they're both terrific at moving wide and splitting them. So Johnny Method in the middle as sweeper might find a problem.
A disaster there for Aberdeen.
McLeish, I think it was, with a bad back pass.
There he is.
Well, that was a shocker.
And it was held up. I mean, in normal circumstances, that would have got back to Jim Leighton, but the water on the pitch held it up. And Juanito has a golden opportunity of putting Real Madrid back at 1-1. And that's what it is. Well, the camera goes back to Stilica.
Well, that's real tragedy for Aberdeen, isn't it, to lose a goal like that?
But as you can see, it's Juanito who has scored.
It was a good penalty, isn't it? The goalkeeper tried to read it, went one way and he stuck it in the other.
So 1-1. And Simpson, and a mistake by Aberdeen. Concentration must have gone a little bit there, Ian, really, because it was there were silly conditions to try a back pass quite as long as that.
Yeah. I mean,
and now it'll give...
I'm just going to say, about any conditions like this, it's worth it for forwards to chase anything going towards goal, because of it, it's been held up in the water.
So 1-1. Now let's see what Aberdeen are made of. Put forward there, Simpson and Black combining well. McGee. So Metgod. Juanito. And another throw. Juanito with it. No, it's going to be Juan Jose. And a throw to Aberdeen. McMaster. Now Metcod. Ooh, dispossessed by Black. Nicking it away, but the Dutchman's in there for Real Madrid. Hitting again, this time for Camacho. Simpson is tracking him. Now McMaster. Weir. Oh, it looked as though it was going for Strachan, but went straight through to number 8, Angel. Gallego. Oh, and they're playing well at the moment. Bonnet coming up from the back. So the big number 5, as you can see, getting back to his defensive duties as Leighton clears. Juan Jose. McLeish. Black's little header down. Simpson letting it run through for Neil Cooper. And Rugby always struggling to keep that one in. Juanito. Oh, good play. Looking a much more confident side now. They very nearly got it through for Santillana, but McLeish on that time was doing his job well for Strachan. Aberdeen's throw. Well, the free kick was given. Strachan finding McGee. You get to the byline, he can, but he couldn't get it across. But given away again. Can Strachan punish them for this? Metcod is out there with him. And the player off the field, and the flag was up for offside. And it'll be a free kick for Real Madrid. So they are making mistakes as well, Ian.
Oh yeah, I mean the conditions are dreadful, and if you've got a ball in your own penalty area and people start hustling you, mistakes will be made.
Stilica. Juan Jose, fullback who loves to attack. Angel getting it back to Stilica. Now Metcod, they love to play this patient game along the back four, and it's really up to Aberdeen to hustle them and not allow them to play the sort of game they want to play. A nice patient style as Angel puts it in once more towards Santillana. And again they get it back, that time successfully by Rugby. To goalkeeper Leighton. Shove in the back there on McGee by Bonnet, and the referee spotted it. In fact, I think every time it's gone up to Mark McGee, he's had a thump in the back.
You just wonder how long the referee's going to go on with this. And we've had 20 minutes, and every time, as you say, Brian, the ball's gone up to the strikers have been fouled.
Camacho getting that away for Real Madrid. Willie Miller right at the back for Aberdeen. Rugby in there. Played on by Cooper that time and almost got behind them to Black, but the flag was up again for offside against Eric Black. And it's Angel for Real Madrid. Gallego, and now Metcod. Juan Jose. Stilica. And Juanito trying to get it through again, cut out well by Willie Miller. Finding Cooper, back pass again. McMaster. Oh, what a good break by Strachan. Looks to be full of running tonight and really wants to get in on the action. A good cross there across the 6-yard area. Strachan looking in particularly sprightly form.
There's a sharp little boy, Gordon Strachan, and had a very mixed season, but in the last couple of months he's come back to what is his best form, and he's a tremendous little player.
No bounce at all on that one. It got badly caught in the puddle and it fooled Peter Weir. It's Juanito again for Real Madrid with the score at 1-1. If you just come in from the office with Aberdeen going into the lead, and Real Madrid equalising from the penalty spot. Now a break. Can Black get there? No, Bonnet is there, just tucking it back to Agustin.
Well, that's the kind of ball I was talking about, Brian, before, where the strikers make some terrific runs, you know, Black and McGee. Joe McMaster at left back has got a lovely left foot, can play the ball over a good area.
Santillana, the captain, coming a long way back, finding Stilica, now Angel. They were clearly thrown out of their stride by that early Aberdeen break, and they're coming back into it a little bit more now, Real Madrid. Now they've got back on level terms. This is Gallego. Cooper tracking him, and in the end getting the ball into touch, and quite a slithery fall for the Real Madrid number 6. Juanito is active. Stilica's gone up for this throw as well. It's Camacho getting in there too. Juan Jose, and that looked as though it, I thought for a moment it had come off John McMaster. I think the linesman from Italy, and Juanito is saying, how can that be a goal kick? That surely came off the defender and should have been a corner. I have some sympathy with him. But a goal kick's given. Jim Leighton's going to take it. And it'll come straight for Ulrich Stilica. Juanito, but now McMaster. There's that left foot that Ian was talking about, but it didn't quite go all the way. But Weir might help a little bit. He finds Black. Alec Ferguson was saying, and has been saying out here, that concentration and discipline are the most important things that his young side have got to show tonight. Juanito. Played in again for Santillana. Juan Jose. Stilica. Now Camacho. A long way out, charged down by McGee. Metgod. It's a good ball played out there to Angel. A little chip inside, and no problems there for Rugvi. Coming up to 25 minutes gone, and the score 1-1. Cooper dispossessed. Gallego, Simpson after him. Beginning to find their men a little better now, Real Madrid. Offering a little more of a threat. Santillana. That's a good ball for Stilica. Can he make the most of it? He's got McLeish right there with him. Still with Stilica. Juan Jose coming up to support. Fullback, but Stilica still going on. Well, he did well. Gallego, Stilica, Gallego. That's a bit of skill. Nodded down. And in the end, Willie Miller's there, getting it away to Alec McLeish. Gallego again, and this is a good spell indeed for Real Madrid, and no free kick. Stilica, Gallego, played on towards Juanito. Willie Miller looked for a moment as though he might have been wrong-footed, but he just got the touch and put it away into touch. Troublesome moments these for Aberdeen, because they're warming to their task a little bit, Real Madrid now, having gone that early goal down and pulled back 1-1 by means of a penalty. Here's Angel with Camacho outside him. Now a regular defender in the Spanish national side, just as Willie Miller, who got that one away, is for Scotland, and that is a goal kick.
It would appear that Juanito has got a roving commission, Brian. He's popping up all over the place, and he's a very dangerous little player. And the Aberdeen lads at the moment, in the last sort of 5 minutes or so, are allowing the Real players to get away from them, giving them too much space. So they'll have to start tightening up on their discipline, you know, mark a little bit tighter.
I hope you could hear what Ian was saying over that drum. Well, here's Gallego. Now it's Angel. It's still raining as heavily as it was at the start. Bonnet back to Gallego. And the break for Stilica. Will he keep it in? He has, and he's kept it in well. And Willie Miller got it away, but only as far as Juan Jose Santillana trying to tee up a volley, and Peter Weir right back there, going to drag it away, possibly no, back to Jim Lace. Juan Jose, McMaster, Strachan. It's a Real Madrid throw. Stilica takes it, sets Gallego on his way. Now Juanito. And come out well by Kupa. It's a bit all hands to the pump now for Aberdeen, as Juanito leaves the throw for the number 11, Isidro. That's a fairly good long throw too. Up gets Kupa. On its way by Black. A difficult bounce there for Metgod, and he was fooled by it. And McGee finds Strachan, and Metgod was snapping at him. And now Weir. Pips on a long ball towards McGee, but it may be too delayed now. Kupa. Well, it's time now that they've got everybody back, except that Rugby's right in there, and that could have been a problem for the Real Madrid goalkeeper, Big Doug Rugby, who made a really late run. He's 6'2", this goalkeeper's 6'4". It really was a battle of giants there as the Aberdeen fullback came in whack.
It was a fair challenge, I thought. Riley had to go for the ball. And you let's have a look at it again. The goalkeepers are definitely overprotected. He's going up for it. Dougie's going up to try and head it, and they meet mid-air. And why is it that they always give the foul against the attacking player?
Well, it might, I suppose, serve to unsettle Augustin a bit.
I'll tell you something, I would fancy Doug Rugby running in it.
Well, we're coming up to the half hour. It's Alfredo Di Stefano's Real Madrid 1-1 with Aberdeen in this European Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Weir, a little touch for Kupa. Still those two strikers up front for Aberdeen. Strachan plays it wide for Rugby. Gallego. This is Camacho. And now Isidro. Gallego playing it in now for Juanito. He's got Stilica alongside him. Here's Stilica. He's a busy player. And he's got a corner. Tell it about it, Alec Ferguson's got a lot of respect for this man, and he feels, I think, that Real Madrid play a lazy sort of style with a lot of patience, and that Stilica is the man who brings much-needed urgency to that side. Well, Juanito's done his bit as well with the penalty, and Willie Miller did his bit there by getting it away for Aberdeen. And the ball out of play for an Aberdeen throw. It's a really horrible night here now. It's pouring with rain still, and it's sad really, because it's the first time there's been a major European final here in Sweden, in this beautiful Ullevi Stadium, and it celebrates the 25th anniversary of this stadium, which was built for the 1958 World Cup, and they've got a night like this for it. Stilica, Metgod. Juanito coming towards him. On this side is Gallego and Juan Jose, the fullback. Well guided header for Gallego. We're after him. Metgod. Long ball again. It just glanced off the head of Alec McLeish. And now McMaster. It's good to see him playing, because some 3 seasons or so ago he had severe knee ligament trouble. He was out of the game for a long, long time. In fact, he thought his career might be over, the number 3 for Aberdeen, in the challenge there on Juanito, but when he was beaten. As Juan Jose combined well and finds, Stilica, and he got the better of Willie Miller. Now this could be trouble for Aberdeen, still with Stilica, and in the end the flag goes up. They delayed that pass through to Santillana just a fraction too long. And it really began once McMaster and then Miller were both beaten, as though Aberdeen could be in trouble. Still 1-1 in this Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Rugby. Cooper. And Black. And the throw to Aberdeen. Number 11 is Isidro. He's just recovered and got into the game after a cartilage operation. Big Doug Rugby then with the ball for Gordon Strachan. And if they get a penalty tonight, Gordon Strachan's the man who will take it, although he's missed a couple in the last month. Rugby. Cross and a keeper's ball. Stilica played for Juanito.
The game's died a bit, Brian, in the last 10 minutes. Aberdeen have lost that little bit of urgency they had at the beginning. We've got to pick it up again and start playing the ball a little bit earlier from the back, because they're allowing Real to get back and consolidate.
Stilica beginning to run things a little bit in the middle of the field. Stilica. This high point in the stand, you can never quite tell whether the whistle's gone or not, and I thought for a moment it hadn't, and some were stopping and some were starting, and the whistle had gone as a free kick.
The referee is not the most mobile of referees, is he? You know, he doesn't get out with the play.
The Aberdeen bench. Bonnet to Camacho. Banging it forward now. Ball going straight to Gallego. Stilica beaten by Cooper. Presumably the whistle had gone for Cooper's feet being too high and in a dangerous position. At any rate, it's a free kick for Real Madrid, which Johnny Medgood played in a UEFA Cup final when AZ 67 were beaten by Ipswich. Got it on well there, and Leighton. Goodness, the ball didn't bounce quite as much as he expected, and he had to half dive on it.
Santillana's very good in there, Brian, isn't he? He can get up, and he's got some lovely skill with his head.
He's only 5'9" as well. But it's Weir. Now that's what they wanted to see, him running through Juan Jose, but he didn't get past Gallego as well. But it's Aberdeen's throw, Peter Weir with it. McGee very active. Simpson coming in there too. Weir's cross behind Cooper, who'd gone running in. But even then it didn't have quite the urgency as we saw from Aberdeen in the first 10 minutes or so of the game. And we've had 35 minutes now, and it's Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Eric Black, the scorer for Aberdeen, and Juanito, the equaliser for Real Madrid from the penalty spot. Playing at a very leisurely pace now. Stilica. Good turn there. Camacho on this side of the field now. Stopped by McGee, or at least I thought he'd been stopped, but McGee didn't quite complete that challenge. And the ball out of touch from Willie Miller's header, and a throw to Real Madrid. Juanito with it. Isidro. And that came off Weir. It'll be a corner.
There's a lot of hesitancy at the moment with Aberdeen. Ryan, they're standing off, they're having a look. And as you were saying, you know, the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the game, there was a lot of urgency about them, and they seem to have gone to sleep now.
Well, they mustn't do that because there are some good finishers in this Real Madrid side. And Juanito, who's taking this corner, is one of them. He'll be looking for the likes of Santillana. And the header, in fact, went wide off Isidro. And it's a goal kick. Juanito's corner. Good jump again on the far side, and I'll speed it up a little bit there for you, but Isidro, his header went wide. Gallego with Stilica getting through a lot of work in the middle of the field now for Real Madrid.
He's a good player, Gallego. I saw him coming on for Spain against Scotland in Valencia, and he scored a tremendous goal, Brian. He's a very, very good player.
Well, this is Angel now. And now Santillana, the captain. And a goal kick. Aberdeen, who beat Sion of Switzerland, Dinamo Tirana, Lech Poznan of Poland, Bayern Munich, which was a tremendous performance, of course, and then they shattered the Belgians Waterskei in the semi-final. Real Madrid, Bayern Mari of Romania, Újpest Dózsa of Hungary, Inter Milan and Austria Vienna in the semi-finals. And it's Simpson leaving it for Strachan, finding McMaster. The man with the excellent left foot, and there he is looking towards Black, but it's Metcod who gets that one away. Rugby looking for it to come down. Sticks out one of those long legs. Simpson just getting it away again for Black. Can he turn it in towards McGee? He can't because Gallego's there once more. Shove in the back by Mark McGee, the number 9. And it'll be a free kick to Real Madrid. So 26 goals this season Mark McGee has scored. He had a couple of spells in England. He started with Bristol City. There he is, the number 9. And also had a spell with Newcastle. Stilica. Finding Gallego. It's looking really impressive. Those two are beginning to stir things up in the middle of the field. It'll be people like Neil Cooper who've got to match them now. Cooper on the ball, finding Rugby. Cooper attacking at the expense of a throw. Isidro will take it as we come to 5 minutes to half-time. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. And of course, there's a long, long way to go yet, but it is a night where there will be a positive result, because at the end of 90 minutes, if it's level, we have extra time, and if it's level after that, we go into that agonising business of penalties. Willie Miller with the header there for Aberdeen. Difficult bounce. And Cooper and Simpson, two youngsters in the middle of the field. And Strachan to Miller. Back again for Miller. And McLeish. As far as you can tell, as night begins to fall here, but the skies are as black as ever. Alec Ferguson needing to get off that bench and urge maybe a little bit of urgency into his Aberdeen side. So McLeish with the free kick for Aberdeen. A deep one again towards Eric Black, who's a good header of ball. Planted through once more by Cooper, but an offside against McGee, and a free kick to Real Madrid. to Real Madrid. Juan Jose with it. Juanito being challenged by McMaster. A lovely, delightful little chip there by Juanito, but it falls instead for Neil Simpson for Aberdeen. In the all-red strip, attacking the goal to our left. Again, let me say, if you just coming towards half-time, and 1-1 the score, and Rugby taking it up again for Aberdeen. Got a bit of support up there. There are 3 men in there. Black is one of them, but he was just beaten in the air on that occasion. Weir and McGee had got up quickly also. Cooper hoping to keep this going for Aberdeen. Again the cross coming in, and this time it's Juan Jose who gets it away. Put in again by McMaster, put in again there by Simpson, but now taken away for Real Madrid by Metcalf. But here's Strachan for Aberdeen. Now Cooper. McLeish. And now Miller. McMaster. McGee trying to come off his man, but Camacho was right there with him. Here's Gallego. Now Juanito suddenly popping up on the left wing there. Gallego up there with him. Santillana going through the middle, still with Gallego, and well, the puddles and the treacherous conditions in the end got the better of it. Madrid have just lost the Spanish First Division Championship. They were well in the running and needed just a draw from their last game in Valencia, which they didn't get, and they were pipped on the post by Atletico Bilbao, which gives them an even greater incentive to win something for their fans here tonight. At the moment it's 1-1. I don't think Ian St John sitting alongside me was very happy with that. He was getting a little bit worried.
I don't like to see defenders when they're the last man trying to take on a forward, Brian, and it's suicide. But he got out of it well.
Well, it's the throw for Real Madrid. Gallego. I don't think there are many players who've had a better first half than the Real Madrid number 6. And now Camacho. McGee really getting back after him, though. It's good to see, and it worked in the end. He was rewarded. He got the touch and put it away for the Real Madrid throw. There you go again, battling away unfairly there, held by Neil Simpson. A free kick to Real Madrid, coming to the last minute or so of the first half. The score still Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. Metcalf and Bonnet behind this. They're a long, long way out. But he's trying something from a long way out indeed. That would have been the most outrageous free kick goal of all time, I would have thought, because he was well, just about in the centre circle when he took it.
Rather ambitious, I would say, Brian.
So Jim Leighton, who's been beaten so far only from the penalty spot, and although Madrid have had a fair bit of pressure in the second half of this first half, really the chances have been few and far between, it has to be said. Stilica, McMaster, again that delicate touch and a good one, finding Cooper. Now Rugby. Can Aberdeen find something right on the half-time whistle? Black again with the lead, but once again the Real Madrid defence got the better of him. Bonnet, who is a big fella, well over 6 foot. Stilica playing it again to Gallego. Back again now to Johnny Metcalf. As the whistle goes for half-time, and it's 1-1 with Eric Black having scored for Aberdeen. And Juanito having then equalised in the penalty spot after a bad back pass by McLeish, didn't quite reach the goalkeeper. There's a lot more action, I think, to come, though, from Gothenburg tonight in what could... Well, let's see if it works as we start the second half with Aberdeen in the all-red strip, remember, attacking now the goal to our right. With many more supporters here in this Olevi Stadium, a beautiful stadium. even on such a rainy night, some 12,000 of them to something like 3,000 from Real Madrid, and the Aberdonian voices are really being heard in this part of Sweden tonight. 1-1 then, and a throw straight away for Aberdeen. Chastening thought that Real Madrid have never lost to a Scottish side in European competition. They've beaten Rangers way back in 1964, and they beat Kilmarnock in 66 and Celtic in 1980. Rugby, Kupa, both sides have got nice, clean, dry strip on. And this is Isidro, the number 11. It'll be Camacho who takes the free kick. Hit with a lot of power. They play very patiently, but occasionally they do like to get the ball forward really quickly. Now, an obstruction there, was it? No, a good advantage, in fact, in the end play. Does Mark McGee really thumped into Camacho, but then hits the ball against Metcod. The number 4 for Real Madrid. Then hits it at Strachan. Ball out of play. And a throw to Aberdeen. I think the slight worry that I've got, Ian, is for Aberdeen that Stilica and Gallego look so dominant at the moment in the midfield against the two youngsters, Neil Cooper and Neil Simpson.
Well, you're talking about experienced players against two youngsters, Brian. You're right enough there. Obviously, you expect the experienced players to come out on top. But I think if the Aberdeen boys just work a little bit harder at the game and start putting pressure on Real, like they're doing at the moment, to win the ball back off them, if they can continue to do that and keep the work rate up, then I think they've got every chance of winning it.
Simpson finding McMaster. Now Weir, and really his chances of those famous runs of his have been few and far between. We saw one starting up there, but it soon faltered. Stilica gets position, finds Juan Jose. Santillana coming pretty deep, the captain, to find Metcod. And Willie Miller stretching out well. Strachan putting it on now for McGee. But then losing it just for a moment to Angel. And back to Metcod. Jose, ball out of play, just coming off the Aberdeen player, so it'll be a throw for Real Madrid. It's a free kick for Real Madrid. Gallego taking it, knocked on by Juanito, behind for the goal kick. Actually, news from the Aberdeen camp that Alec Ferguson's been saying that his team seemed to give up a little bit after the equaliser, but have now picked up a bit, and he still thinks Aberdeen will win. He's happy about the penalty decision, no complaints. It did seem a fair decision. I don't think you can argue with that at all. Cooper. Miller played on towards Strachan, but cut out again by Gallego. Willie Miller getting himself forward, and Stilica just screwing it away there for a moment for Real Madrid. Falls for Angel. They seem to have stepped up their effort a little bit in these opening minutes of the second half of Aberdeen.
I think Gordon Strachan is going to be a key figure. We were saying before about the young midfield players. Now Gordon, with his experience, he's got to really stamp his authority in the game now and give us a really good, 40 minutes or so that's left of the game.
But a good ball there, though, from Gallego, except that Juan Jose Man who cost something like £275,000 from Cadiz, the number 2. Let it slide away into touch. And John McMaster with the throw for Aberdeen. Simpson towards McGee, again thumped in the back, and this time the referee spotted it. In fact, he's spotted quite a lot on this night. He's a most undemonstrative man. I don't think he's got into a canter yet, the referee from Rome. Again, a jolt in the back for McGee, but he's still got possession. Found Strachan, Cooper. It's a nice ball played there if Miller can get to it, and he can. Brave run there by Willie Miller, sending Mark McGee on his way, but Bonnet gets it away for Aberdeen. And it was Cooper who misjudged the jump and got a smack in the face for his pains. And a good bit of play by the Real Madrid captain Santillana. Stilica on the far side now. Juanito looking for Stilica again, but McMaster getting it back to keeper Jim Leighton. Tackles are going a bit hard and strong there. As Madrid come away again. It's Angel. And now Gallego. Johnny Mitgood. Searching ball, that's a well-struck ball, and Rugby just playing it back there. Miller turning it back. Aberdeen hearts were fluttering just for a moment. 1-1 still the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Black chasing after this one, and Metcalf showing his calm very well indeed. Sneaking it back for Bonnet. This big defender's making a really big run here. Just slipped back for Juanito. Oh, played in for Stilica, played on towards Santillana, and that was an important interception there by Rugby. And here's Strachan. Back for McGee, back for Strachan. Weir in a bit of space on the far side. Now, we need him maybe to beat this man and get across it. He's done part of it. And Strachan, he banged it against the goalkeeper's legs, and the keeper knew nothing about it. That could so easily, if that had gone even a foot either side of the keeper, there would have been absolutely no stopping it. The keeper would never have reacted quickly enough to get it. It was a great strike by Aberdeen, and Strachan desperately unlucky not to put them 2-1 into the lead. 1-1 still the score then. It's a throw for Aberdeen. They're warming up somebody on the other side. It looks like maybe Hewitt. But this was a tremendous strike. Weir did well. It just flicked off Metcalf, and it fell beautifully on the volley. And the keeper honestly could have known nothing about it. So here's Weir again. I think all Aberdeen fans were hoping they'd see one or two of his runs tonight, and he looks in a little more confident form in the opening minutes of this second half. Now to take this corner. Peter Weir for Aberdeen. And Black with the header! Just kept out. Weir once more with the cross for Aberdeen. Good spell this. It didn't come to Black. It comes for Strachan. And it might go yet. And in the end, Real Madrid, living so dangerously in their 6-yard area, just managed to get the ball to the goalkeeper's hands. And Aberdeen, twice in a couple of minutes, could so easily have been 2-1 into the lead.
Well, they'll never be unlucky, Brian. It was a tremendous header in the first place by Eric Black. And then it fell for Gordon Strachan here. Pushed it across the goals, and all the bodies have got in, and it just got flicked away at the last moment. Very unlucky. As you say, 2 chances in the space of a couple of minutes. The Dons are back in business.
Well, Willie Miller, their captain. Strachan. And there's Willie Miller again. A great run. Bonnet's coming across there. Willie Miller might have got the better of him. Now Gallego coming in. And Gallego in the end used his experience to get it away to Bonnet. Now there could be a bit of space. Only 3 back now for Aberdeen. Isidro stopped at a good challenge by Neil Cooper, but an unfair one apparently, according to the referee. Cooper saying, I came away with the ball.
That's a black header. Really a fantastic save by the goalkeeper, because he got a bit of power behind that header. It was a lovely save.
If he'd been an inch or two shorter than his 6'4", he may not have got quite to that one, the keeper. Oh, Isidro getting in there, but again no trouble for Aberdeen. A long clearance by Leighton, and McGee's on his way. Challenging Camacho, who just got the touch, and Bonnet taking it away. No risky back passes from him, and now Camacho. Metcod. Aberdeen starting the second half in much the way that they started the first, remembering that they went a goal up with Eric Black after 7 minutes, only for Juanito to equalise from the penalty spot after 14. Angel, Isidro, not a very good cross, straight at Neil Cooper. Miller making the little touch. Cooper showing good control and calmness, but sadly for him, his clearance goes straight to Gallego. Metcod, Black pursuing him. Oh, and Metcod made a little bit of an error there, and Black on his way, but Metcod's coming back, but he's still got possession. Cooper putting it wide for Weir, where so many of the good things could come for Aberdeen. Weir with the cross.
He's so exasperating, Peter, isn't he? I mean, he can do some good things, and then, of course, he does silly things like that.
Andy Watson warming up. Just wondering what that means. He's very much a midfielder, isn't he?
Yes, he is a midfield player. He's a very strong boy as well. He's very attack-minded.
Stilica. Isidro. Rugby went at him, and Isidro used a little bit of elbow after that ball had gone as well, and rather it was McLeish. Now Metcod. Long ball which Juanito is chasing, but Miller's there again for Aberdeen. But it's Real Madrid's throw. And a better looking start to the second half, and a really well-balanced European Cup Winners' Cup final now, with it still 1-1. Juanito for Real Madrid. Juan Jose, the ball coming off him though, it'll be Aberdeen's throw. Master gets it away. It's Real Madrid's throw. Master. And another throw. Santillana just not getting the touch he wanted. And a good ball out there. And here come Aberdeen once more. As Simpson takes it up, he's got Weir away on the left. And Weir, you feel, if he gave himself a chance, has the beating of Juan Jose down that flank. So Aberdeen once more. McGee playing it in, and a foul on Simpson. Gives Aberdeen the free kick. A chance maybe to float something in now. To that end, they brought McLeish forward and Rugby forward, and only Willie Miller and goalkeeper Jim Leighton are now in the Aberdeen half of the field. A quarter of an hour of the second half gone. 1-1 the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final. Black trying to get in there. McLeish. And Cooper with the shot, and the keeper down. No doubt about it, Ian, that Aberdeen have had the better of this opening quarter of an hour of the second half, and they are getting a few shots in.
Well, the goalkeeper's been busier than the 15 minutes since half-time than he was in the whole of the first half. He's made some fine saves. Yeah, Aberdeen really have now starting to get their game together, because they picked the pace up, which they had to do, and now they're forcing errors in the Real defence, and it's great chances for them.
Well, now it's Metcod for Real Madrid. Santillana seen so little of him, and yet he scored in every round of this competition. Wish they wouldn't do things like that, McMaster. But in the end, as the Real Madrid fullback came in, he could make nothing of it. It's a goal kick, and the rain is still tumbling down ferociously, as you can see. Stilica battling in the middle. Just wondering about Stilica, because he's had some problems with the back and there were doubts about him being fit, although I must say in training the last couple of days he'd worked really hard. Just wondering whether he is 100% fit or not. And I know that Alfredo Di Stefano, the Real Madrid manager, said that he is such an outstanding player for me that I've got to take a risk on him. I'm just wondering, the longer this game goes, how well he will stand that pace. Well, there was a good jump away. There's Stilica with the header back in, but an offside against Juanito, who hadn't come back. And it's something, certainly, it's a philosophy that Alec Ferguson doesn't share, because he might almost have got Stuart Kennedy, his experienced fullback, in, and in fact he's fit but not match fit, and felt that he just couldn't risk him in a final. Well, the next half hour or so will tell us whether Di Stefano's gamble on Stilica has paid off. But at the moment it's Strachan coming through, but it's got away for Real Madrid. Simpson picking it up, but the whistle had gone. It's a free kick. Foul by Neil Simpson. That's John McMaster. And a free kick, which Gallego will take. No, he's going to leave it to Metgood. It's a good free kick. Santillana. Juanito's in there too. Santillana again. And that time McLeish put a distance on the header, but only goes as far as Gallego. Simpson tracking him. And they're doing a pretty good hustling job at the moment, are Aberdeen. And a skillful one as well, as Peter Weir takes it up. Now he's got McGee up there and he's got Black up there. He's got Strachan coming up quickly as well. And he's gone past another one as Weir. The cross comes in, they're all over the place, and Black with a header is over the top. Oh, he'll be furious about that, because he is normally, Eric Black, such a good header of the ball, and what a brilliant run by Peter Weir. He must have taken at least 4 defenders, and that little flick up off the defenders suddenly fell for him.
Well, of all the players in the Aberdeen team, he's the least you'd expect to head over him from that distance, because he is an exceptionally good header of a ball. It was a good chance. He got right underneath it, just topped it with his, the top of his head over the bar. But I was glad to see Peter Weir at least doing something there, Brian. It shows you the skill he's got. He really is a very skillful winger, but he's got to impose himself more in the game.
McGee now. I think McGee was trying to get him into it then, but pass didn't go anywhere near him in fact. And it was Juan Jose who got it away to Isidro. There's no doubt about it, with a little bit of luck, they might have had 2 or 3 goals in this second half. As it is, they've got a bit of defending to do, as Juanito shot his charge down. Gallego with a long way out, and it's over the top and a goal kick. Gallego, who's not been quite the dominant force in midfield for Real Madrid that he was in the first half of this game, alongside Stilica.
I think simply because, Brian, they're hustling a bit better now Aberdeen in this half, and they're not giving them the space they had in this half.
I really feel this could now begin to boil up into something. Where? It's Real Madrid's throw. But at the moment he's looking much more like the Peter Weir that has been seen so often at Pitaudry. But it's Metgood. Stilica ducking underneath one. Santillana trying to get in there. William Miller carefully away to Strachan. Nicely controlled. Taking his man on. But again, Gallego was there. And Stilica, Metgood and Angel between them, forming a nice little triangle for Real Madrid. But here they come again. Played for Strachan. Played inside again, but that was A wasted ball there by Aberdeen, and Gallego had no trouble picking it up. Stilica found a bit more of his bounce and found a pretty hefty puddle there as well in the middle of this Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg. 1-1, still the score in this Cup Winners' Cup final between Aberdeen in the red strip and Real Madrid. Miller, the captain for Aberdeen, finding Strachan. Get a bit of a feel about Aberdeen at the moment, but Strachan stopped there by Angel. And Gallego, flick on by Santillana. And from a long way out, the ball crashes off McMaster. And Bonnet pulls down a player from behind, and the referee, I don't know whether he's just still allowing it to go on. And so McMaster says, all right, let's give it a go. Good run here by John McMaster, stopped in the end. Oh no, dispossessed now by McGee. It comes for Strachan. And for a moment they looked as though they were getting themselves into trouble, and then the whistle goes for a free kick to Real Madrid. Oh, and Rugby and Isidro and Juanito getting a little bit worked up there. Di Stefano watches on inscrutably.
Actually, I think Isidro had a kick at Rugby when they both challenged for the ball there. He didn't quite see it, but that's what happened. He was lying on the ground, and as Doug Rugby walked by and they had a whack at him.
Well, we are coming towards the halfway mark of the second half. And Isidro's all right to go on. Metcalfe now for Real Madrid. It's getting to that tense last quarter of a game where nobody really wants to make the slightest mistake. We had 2 goals in the first 14 minutes. And Aberdeen have made the better chances since, particularly in this second half. Cooper. Alec McLeish. McMaster. Again towards McGee. Again, a little nudge in the back by Camacho. And the referee at precisely the right angle to see it. Weir, as you can see, wants the ball. And Archie Knox, Alec Ferguson's right-hand man, says, hey, sit down, let me have a shot. So let's see what they can do with this now, because only Willie Miller and Jim Leighton are back. They've really piled the red shirts forward now to see whether Weir or McMaster. See, we're saying McMaster's got a delightful left boot. But in fact, it's Peter Weir who crosses it in, and Gallego who got it away. Cooper standing a long way back, looking for the little chip, looking for the run through, but
he actually tried to chip and go himself, Brian, and didn't quite get underneath the ball.
Metcalfe. Bonnet. Gallego. This is their game. Nice leisurely pace, looking for the vital break when you get near the opponent's penalty area. Play with great patience, Real Madrid, and here's Strachan. And Aberdeen knew they would try and hustle them out of their stride throughout this game, and they're doing it well in the second half, but it's still 1-1. This is Eric Black. Scored the Aberdeen goal. Simpson. Strachan. Now, will he get across it? He has. It's deflected a little bit. The keeper's there. Good safe catch. 6'4". He's entitled to win those. Juan Jose to Uli Stilica. Gallego. Metcalfe. Played in again for Juanito. Santillana's up there too. And a deflection going wide for the goal kick.
I always worry when I see Juanito around the edge of the box, Brian, because I've seen him do it curling balls. You know, if there's defenders in front of the goalkeeper, he can curl them round and go for the top corners. And I always get a little flutter when I see him there.
That's how we stand, though, with 25 minutes of the second half gone. And you do get the feeling about this game that it might go all the way, remembering, as I told you in the first half, we get a positive result here tonight, either through extra time if we need it after 90 minutes, and through those penalties if we need it after that. Juanito trying a little burst, but it was Rugby who got in there and turned it back. And incidentally, Alfredo Di Stefano has been over that course before with the penalties when he was manager of Valencia, when they beat Arsenal on penalties in the final of this competition. It's Angel now, the number 8. Both sets of supporters here in, well, a half-filled Lerby Stadium, trying to outshout each other, I think, and forget the wet and the cold. It's still raining very, very hard. Miller getting it away for Aberdeen as far as Gordon Strachan. Bonnet after him, but he's left him. But Bonnet says, no, I'll have a bit of that. And the referee, I think, will have a bit of it as well. He's got such a reputation, Bonnet, for clumsy challenges like that, and a nod of the head doesn't always put it right. Little Strachan was really on his way, clattered from behind there by Bonnet. And a free kick, which John McMaster will take. Left-footed towards Doug Rugby, something again they practiced hard yesterday here, with Rugby making those runs from deep, but an infringement there and a free kick to Real Madrid. So it's Gallego, they're in the dry, but they're very much in the wet. It's Gallego, finds Bonnet, it's Metgod, playing curiously away, almost in a left-back position for a lot of this second half. Whether that's to nullify the runs of Strachan, it's a possibility. At the moment, it's Strachan on the ball, back to big Doug Rugby, 6'2.5" of him. Oh, it's his back pass, of course, that led to the penalty incident. That pass, for a moment, didn't look as though it was going to reach McMaster, but it did. Now Miller. Now Simpson. Cooper. Good turn by McGee. Mark McGee with Camacho after him, and McGee slung in a good cross there, but Weir might just keep it in on the far side, and it came off the defender, so it's going to be an Aberdeen throw. Always some twisting and turning on that bench, and if only they could be out there playing. Nick Ferguson and Archie Knox. Now let's see if Black can get across him. No, not good enough. McMaster getting past Santillana. But now what? Right, play it wide for Weir. Let Weir have a go. Oh, goodness, he's kicked up in the air by Juan Jose there. Another free kick to Aberdeen. So Weir. It's a fair-looking cross there towards Rugby. And the linesman was flagging either for an offside or for Rugby pushing down on the Spanish defender. Gallego, Metgod, Juan Jose, coming forward in easy stages. A flick ball there for Stielicke, flicked on again for Juanito. Santillana's waiting in the middle, Angel's coming in as well. And away come Aberdeen. Well played there by young Neil Simpson. And now Weir can take it up. Slowly but surely getting the better of this Real Madrid right back. McMaster. There's no doubt about it that Aberdeen have looked certainly the more impressive side in this second half, but it's still at 1-1. And you always fear Real Madrid on the break, with players of the quality of Santillana, who's on the ball at the moment, and Juanito's up ahead of him. Stielicke, who will be looking to mastermind it from the middle of the field. Metgod. But if concentration and discipline were needed, they're certainly needed now from Aberdeen. Though they're having the better of it, it's still only 1-1, and they simply mustn't make a single mistake. Millie Miller slightly miscuing there. Black, that might fall for Strachan. Oh, he just got there. Beat two of them. Left them on the ground. Now, can Aberdeen finish it off now? Strachan tried to get it through. In the end, Cooper finds Weir, who's offside. It was a lovely jinking little run there by Gordon Strachan, and he tried so hard to get it through to Eric Black.
That's the Aberdeen warming up all the substitutes.
Three of them around there. I don't think there's perspiration, it's rain on the forehead of Alfredo Di Stefano. But slightly worrying, as it must be for any manager going into the last quarter of an hour of a cup final and standing at 1-1. Back from McMaster.
I just had a look down there, Brian. The cup is sitting on the side of the track on a table. It'll be full of water by the time it gets finished.
Battling away was Mark McGee. Found Doug Rugby for Aberdeen. Ball really getting caught on that water now, and Rugby's cross was quite easily cut out by Metcod. So Metcod, Stilica, and Miller again getting in there well. McMaster too. Lovely bit of close footwork there by John McMaster. And a lovely ball, no, it wasn't quite. It might have been a better one. Black might have made something of it.
He's looking a bit tired, Eric Black. I've just been watching him there, you know, he's worked himself into the ground really, and he's only a laddie, so maybe he's feeling the effects of it now.
Maybe Hewitt will be the man that they'll bring on and replace him possibly. Got an ability of scoring a few important goals, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Juanito very deep. Bonnet. Juan Jose. And we're doing a good hustling job, and it's paid off because it's given Aberdeen possession again. Now it's with Strachan. McGee, who's also worked really hard. He showed just a little too much of that to Camacho. Santillana, the captain for Real Madrid. Gallego with Juanito up ahead. And this is where they often are a problem. Making the break, but not on this occasion because he overran the ball and Neil Simpson said thank you, and away come Aberdeen again. Now can Strachan get to that? Metcod is across. Does seem to have such a calming influence on this Real Madrid side. But it's real nip and tuck at the moment, Ian.
Oh yeah, because Fergie's obviously feeling the pressures a little bit on the bench here. Johnny Metcod, as you were saying, is a first-class player. I mean, he can play in midfield as well. And you've noticed lots of times in the game where he stepped forward and they've got the ball and comes into midfield and attacks. Real quality player.
Well, it's Juanito. Santillana. And they've held him out again. Stilica trying to get it going once more. Finds Juan Jose. That's his cross coming in towards Santillana, and it was off the head of Rugby, so it'll be a corner for Real Madrid, who have a player down just inside the Aberdeen half. Just look at that rain still.
I think it's cramp. He's lying down there and they're trying to press his toes up towards his face. You can understand why they're taking cramp tonight, because the conditions down there are very, very heavy.
More policemen down there than people on the terraces at the moment. And I have to say, as far as I can see, the Aberdeen fans have been here in force and they've not really caused an awful lot of trouble. Well, Isidro trying to get in, well gathered by Jim Lake. And a quick crack away there, hoping that they might catch Real Madrid off guard, but no, and it'll fall instead for Strachan, who's got Cooper inside him. Simpson. Weir. He seemed to be feeding the ball more and more to Weir in this second half, sensing that he might just get the better of Juan Jose, and as he has done there, and he's slung in a good cross there, but the keeper completely missed that one with a fist.
Goodness me, that was a bad selection by the goalkeeper, wasn't it? Trying to punch a ball there. I mean, he could have certainly have caught that one. Almost gave a chance to Aberdeen.
Well, we're getting to the area now with the last 10 minutes where a mistake could be absolutely costly in the extreme. Medhot. I don't know whether you can still hear the Aberdeen fans. They're making all the noise, sensing that it could be Aberdeen's night, although it still remains at 1-1, and you have to watch out for the likes of Stilica making their breaks. Willie Miller, oh, he's got caught up in the mud again, and Isidro was after him.
That was a heart stopper, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's the first time I'd seen that water in quite that state in that Aberdeen penalty area. Now Strachan. Camacho turning it in. Bonnet, the short ball for Gallego. Strachan's after him. And they are sensing also that if you do keep hustling them on this difficult surface, that's what they're playing for. On this difficult surface, you might just hustle them into a very costly error. So these are tantalizing last 10 minutes or so of normal time, with it still 1-1. Both goals in the first 14 minutes of the game. Angel, Santillana, again coming deep, but all he's done is give the ball away to Mark McGee. And McGee has got the better of Camacho. He might get the better of Angel. Well, in the end, the referee said, you've taken enough, we'll give you a free kick. So Rugby, standing over it.
This may be the situation where they do that.
So they do the thing as though they've messed it up.
Yeah.
And take them off guard. And then really sling something in for McLeish on the far side, I'll notice. Which is what worked against Bayern Munich. Where they try and fool Real Madrid now that, oh, they've... There we are. So they've relaxed for a moment. And they argue with each other. Look, a little push and shove. But this is no argument at all. In fact, they just put them off guard for a moment. And they've done it again. This is an old trick. This isn't a mess up. It's their old trick. Now they take it quickly. And it might come from McLeish on the far side, but not quite. Well, if he's done his homework, Di Stefano, he would have known it wasn't a mess up. And I imagine he probably has. In any case, Strachan's cross wasn't quite good enough for McLeish on the far side. Metcod. Cut out by Neil Cooper. McGee. Simpson. I must say my fears of Simpson and Cooper at the start of the second half not having quite the experience to deal in the midfield is quite unwarranted. Yes, there's a good jump again by Eric Black.
And he got an elbow in his face as well for his pains there from the defender. But he really has got spring heels, Eric Black.
I think you had him on a coaching course, didn't you?
Yes, with all the under-18 Scottish youth team. And he was demonstrating his heading ability there, and he was first class.
Well, it looks, he might well have got an elbow, Ian, but it looks as though it's the left ankle that's a bit of a problem as well.
Yeah, if he have come down on his ankle.
He's just recovered from an ankle injury, in fact, hasn't he? Which I think he got in the Scottish Cup semi-final against Celtic. And it looks like a young man in a bit of pain. It might be the moment to bring on somebody like John Hewitt.
Yes, I mean, the substitutions that Fergie has used in previous rounds have certainly worked for him, and if he brings Hewitt on tonight, who knows? But it looks as if Black's going to stay on for at least 5 minutes.
Well, so it's a free kick to Real Madrid, and indeed it looks as though John Hewitt is going to come on very shortly at any rate. Santillana, McMaster, Cooper. Juan Jose. Weir was after him, but...
See, it's cases like that. Weir was sleeping there, Brian. He really has to be on his way before the ball is played.
Oh, good play again by Strachan. What a tenacious little bit of play again by Gordon Strachan. And in the end, it's a throw for Aberdeen. He's still, you feel, on this difficult surface, a man with lovely close control who can unsettle them. And it's John Hewitt who's going to come on. As yet it's not clear who's coming off, but it must, I would think, almost certainly be Eric Black. McGee having a battle. This will be Simpson. Just in once more. Rugby's there. Didn't quite get in the header. And the keeper will get there first. 5 minutes to go. It's the end of 90 minutes. Been shown that there are 17,804 spectators in the ground tonight. I would hazard a guess that most of them come from Aberdeen and Madrid, and not very many of them come from Gothenburg. Juanito, good run by him. Such a dangerous side on these breaks, and they'll have to watch them. Was McLeish's header, was it? Crossed in once more. And Isidro, but straight that time, and keeper Leighton. Just 2 up for Aberdeen, but Strachan is joining them, and in a little bit of space there to take McGee's pass. Oh, Strachan's gone round Metcod and tries a little chip, but it's just too high. He spotted that Augustin was just off his line. But you feel that the picture there is a picture of a man who could win this cup final yet.
Yes, you can. In fact, the last 10 minutes or so, little Gordon Strachan has really come into his own. Tried to chip the goalkeeper off his line there, made a poor job of it.
It's Eric Black who's going off, and John Hewitt coming on. John Hewitt, in fact, who got the winner against Bayern Munich in the quarter-final. So his pedigree is excellent, and I know, although Eric Black has scored the goal and has really worked himself into the ground, they'll have no qualms about putting John Hewitt on, because he really has a nose for goal. So Gallego now. Stilica. Juanito. Stilica. Gallego. Angel. Again, this patient build-up. And suddenly it's Metcod finding Santiana, trying to get Isidro, but Rugby was there, and I don't think Santiana wanted Isidro to make a slightly better effort for that one than he did. Let's see what Mark McGee can do. It's not a bad ball there. In fact, it's a very good one for Neil Simpson, who's got Weir outside him. And Hewitt waiting in the middle, the substitute. McGee's come up as well. They've got 3 in the middle with Strachan too. Aberdeen's throw. Gets it away. Gallego, Santiana's up front, Juanito's up front. This is Angel. Gallego. Camacho. Jose, and away for the Real Madrid throw. Coming to the last seconds of normal time, and extra time at the moment looks a certainty. But wait, a corner for Real Madrid right at the last, and Santiana, in fact, beckoning everybody forward. Bonnet's come forward, he's a 6-footer. Metcalf's come forward, he's a 6-footer. And they've got to pull a few back of Aberdeen. And in fact, they've left only Mark McGee forward. And they got it away. In fact, it may even have been Hewitt who got the header in there. That's the end of 90 minutes. 1-1, which means we get 30 minutes of extra time.
Near post to stop them scoring, and really they've controlled the second half totally. And of course the Spaniards has kicked plenty of people, and Aberdeen players have not retaliated.
Well, we've just now started the first period of extra time. That's 15 minutes each way, of course. Real Madrid now attacking the goal to our right. And they've already brought on a substitute while they're waiting. San Jose, the number 14, is on. Who plays, in fact, can play in defence, can play in midfield. Gonna have to try and work out, Ian, while we've been talking there and looking at the highlights, who they've taken off. But they flicked in there. Certainly Rugby got in a good header and a valuable one there. Cooper missed his kick there, though. Stilicher almost got in. Juanito almost got in as well. And Willie Miller in the end brings it away. And here comes Hewitt now for Aberdeen.
Just trying to have a look around to see who's come off.
It might be Isidro, I'm not sure, but at any rate it's not Juanito because he's on the ball at the moment. Weir didn't quite get there as he might have done, but McLeish did, and Hewitt on the ball, but it's beaten away by Gallego.
Will it be Camacho that's come off?
Yes, it might be. I fancy that might be Camacho on the far side still, but yeah, it looks as though it's Camacho has come off. Well, here's Metcalf anyhow. 1-1, remember. Gallego. And it was McMaster got the left boot again to that one. San Jose. So we've got a Juan Jose and a San Jose playing in the Real Madrid side at the moment, but this is Bonnet on the ball for them now. Gallego. Finding Santillana. What a quiet game he's had, and he could still be the most dangerous man on their side, but he hasn't really shown a lot of it yet. But here he is on the ball once more. That's an interesting little overhead kick. They're all waiting. Well, Isidro was in, and that was an incredible aberration by the Aberdeen defence, standing and waiting after Santillana. Ian?
It was Rugby, I think, who stood there and delayed. They all left it for each other. That was a definite chance, wasn't it? There's the overhead kick. There's a delay. That was Rugby right enough. He thought that...
and Neil Cooper as well, I think.
Yes, he thought Cooper was going for it. Cooper thought Rugby was going, and a chance for the Spaniards.
Incidentally, if you're looking forward to seeing tonight's film, The Domino Principle, that will follow immediately after news at 10. I think we could have quite a thriller here now. It's getting a fairly tense period of the night now, with the score still at 1-1. And the big prize to be won by somebody who can just find that vital goal now. Simpson, touch for McLeish. Played back again for Weir. Yes. Brought down, free kick. Do get the impression that Weir is saying, look, there's 2 or 3 times the Italian referee didn't want anything of it, and I think he hit Weir's arm against his own face.
I must say the Spaniards have been putting it about it, haven't they, tonight? And, the forwards certainly of Aberdeen have had to take some stick. And the referee has just let them away with it. I mean, he's not once reproached any of them for doing it.
Now Weir with the free kick. Or will it be Strachan? Now it's Weir. Now it's McMaster. Left boot again. Then with a head. We lost it for a moment, Stilicher. Santillana. Willie Miller was right at him. This is Angel being chased by Kupa. Santillana again. It was a difficult ball for both of them in point of fact. It comes to San Jose. There was a free kick for Real Madrid. Simpson maybe just a little too enthusiastic. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1. And we're in extra time in this Cup Winners' Cup final. I think there's suspicion on the bench that they might be falling into their old ways again, Aberdeen, of not hustling quite as much as they should be. There was Santillana up again. And that's fairly frenetic there on the bench. Alec Ferguson and Archie Knox. And somebody is getting a right leathering.
Do you think Fergie's angry there?
I think it's... I'm not sure whether it'd be a good idea for us to lip read or not, but he clearly was trying to get a message through. But it's with Neil Simpson at the moment. Oh, he's done well. He's got past Stielicke. And the cross will come in! Can Cooper get there? It can't! Well, there were cries with Scottish accents all around saying penalty, but the referee didn't want to know, but two players are still down and injured there. Neil Cooper, I think it is, for Aberdeen. And at the other end, the ball hits the back of Juanito. McMaster tries to get the challenge in, and Willie Miller in the end gets it back to Lee. But Cooper is injured. It's a terrible crash as they both went in, and the ball got caught up for just a moment. And suddenly it looked to be a scoring chance on for Aberdeen. That's where the ball got caught up and they both went down.
It was never a penalty because the ball stuck in the mud, and as Cooper tried to retrieve himself, he banged into the defender. But at first, when we looked at it from up here, without the aid of the slow motion, you thought it was a penalty kick.
Not that you'd been biased in any way, of course.
Not in the least biased, of course not.
But Cooper is a big, strong fellow, and he's lasted this pace well. And at 19, he's an amazing prospect, isn't he, for Scotland? I would have thought.
See how unlucky he was there. You know, if the ball had run through the mud, he would have just side-footed it home.
That's right. Well, it looks as though Isidro's all right as well. And it'll be a drop ball, I think, somewhere towards the halfway line, which is at the point at which the referee stopped it so those two players could get their treatment. He's taking it right on the halfway line. Simpson. I say these youngsters in midfield for Aberdeen are still full of running. Oh, but that's far too short, and Gallego gets it to Juanito, with Santillana on the far side as well. Strachan couldn't hold him, still with Juanito, but Rugby can. Little touch out there, and Strachan now. He hit it straight at the Real Madrid player, then it came off the referee. Here he is again, Strachan. So difficult to measure the passes, but John Hewitt got the better of that one, and a good one there for Peter Weir. With McGee waiting in the middle, and a corner for Aberdeen. Coming off Stielicke.
Now the referee, I think, is going to book Gallego. Because
Gallego.
He kicked at Simpson. And the referee saw it and then allowed the game to go, so it was a very good decision, actually. I'd like to see more referees doing that. He let the play go on, and then now that it's stopped, he's gone and booked the Spaniard.
A good spot here, and we didn't see it on the picture here, but he clearly did. He waved that yellow flag at the Real Madrid number 6, Gallego. And we're now with this corner for Aberdeen. Slightly lower trajectory this time, and floated back across the goal, and a goal kick. Coming towards 10 minutes of the first period of extra time gone. Can you imagine what taking penalties would be like on a night like this?
Oh, yeah.
At the end of a slog like this, when everybody is tired mentally and physically.
I would dread to have it, Brian.
And Alec Ferguson was telling me just before the start, he hasn't even stopped to think who the 5 players will be who will take them. He said we want to think very positively, and we want to win it either in 90 minutes or in extra time. We don't want to think about penalties at the moment. Rugby Gets it back to Willie Miller. Good sturdy influence Miller's been tonight.
Yeah, he's played well, hasn't he? In fact, McLeish has played well too, apart from the mistake with the pass back, but they're a very sound partnership at the heart of the defence there, and both of them played very well.
It's the 23rd Cup Winners' Cup final. 5 British winners so far. Aberdeen seeking to be the 6th. As Hewitt goes away and is brought down. Now from this angle you couldn't see whether it was inside the box or out.
He's given a corner kick.
I think he's given a corner in any case.
Well, I thought he played the ball, Brian. I thought he played the ball here. He managed to block the ball in there. So
a corner it is.
Yeah, fair decision.
And Peter will take it. Hewitt and Rugby. Cooper and McLeish are there too. Aimed towards... Oh, goodness, that nearly got in. Rugby's header.
Good header by Rugby.
So they continue to make the chances, and Real Madrid continue to make these little sporadic breaks, and the game is still beautifully balanced between these two sides. It's McMaster now for Aberdeen. Real knife-edge stuff. You have to accept that it's not been a classic, but then you wouldn't really expect it on a surface like this. But it's certainly been tense all the way through. It died for a little spell in the first half, but the level of tension has been pretty high, as you'd expect in a cup final in Europe. This is San Jose, substitute number 14. And this is Bonnet. Angel. Metcott. San Jose. Coming a long way back, but McGee just had a little pop at him. That was going to be difficult for Stilicho, but he kept his head and just chested it down. Finds Angel. Angel again towards Santillana. Juanito. And a crashing shot there. I think it was probably from Isidro, but it, fortunately for Aberdeen, didn't get through. Juanito again on the ball for Real Madrid. And Hewitt doing well. What lovely skill. But then in the end, gets no further. Oh, a little bit of shirt tugging, a little bit of elbow in the face, and I have to say that Hewitt started it with some shirt tugging. And they're going to bring on Salguero, who's a defender. And it's going to be Isidro who comes off. So they're taking somebody who's been playing sort of wide on the left side of midfield and bring on Salguero, who's a defender. Also favours the left side. And it's a free kick for Real Madrid. Stilicho. San Jose. McLeish's header. Got a good distance on it and good direction too. Straight to Strachan. Go on. Bonnet. Real again. Angel. Chipped into Juanito, to Santillana. And a deflection, I think probably off a defender, yes, for the corner. And still on these breaks, they look as though they can still unsettle Aberdeen. As we come to the last minute of the first period of extra time. Juanito with the corner for Real Madrid. Metcott forward. Santillana's in there. Salguero, the substitute who's just come on, is in there too. A tremendous shot by Santillana, beautifully saved by Leighton. And Hewitt getting himself in a pickle. What a good shot that was by Santillana. Slightly off balance, but caught it beautifully on the volley for all that. Stilica, San Jose. Coming forward again. Angel. Medcod. Referee already looking at the watch for the end of the first period of extra time. Sauntering about in that Aberdeen half of the field. Now, Juan Jose couldn't keep it in. It's Weir's throw. And that was the shot by Santillana, and Leighton really big behind it. It's McLeish. Long ball searching forward there, but Salguero just got the touch. The back pass that Hewitt would have fastened onto, I fancy, had it gone all the way. Weir, nice little touch there. Now McMaster. Gently forward, Weir. And off the defender for another throw. But no time to take it. That's half time of extra time. 15 minutes now to go before we get to penalties. And indeed, for those of you turning on, hoping to see tonight's film, The Domino Principle, I have to tell you we're in extra time here in the European Cup Winners' Cup final in Gothenburg. Aberdeen 1, Real Madrid 1, coming to the last 15 minutes of extra time and possibly penalties. Why don't you stay and enjoy a bit of football with us? And The Domino Principle, the film tonight, will follow immediately after news at 10. So Aberdeen then get us away at the start of the last quarter of an hour of tonight's action, with the possibility of those dramatic penalties coming up ever closer.
Now, would you believe the rain has stopped, Ryan, in the last couple of minutes?
Where he certainly hasn't stopped. It's not a bad cross. Salguero there, just turning it back. The number 12 has come on, Salguero. Incidentally played, he's now got the ball at the moment. Played for Castillo, the Real Madrid nursery side, when they played against West Ham in the Cup Winners' Cup. A game that was played behind closed doors at Upton Park after a few problems in Madrid. Gallego. Stilica. Juanito. Santillana's in there too. Still with Juanito, trying to get all the way, but fortunately for Aberdeen, showed just enough of it for Leighton to come and pounce. San Jose. Angel. Salguero. Some backpedaling going on here. Let's hope it's not a back pass. No, McLeish decided against that. In any case, the whistle had gone for an offside against Juanito. I wonder how one or two players are beginning to feel, if they're beginning to think at any rate about the penalty situation. I would think Gordon Strachan, who's missed the last two, would not be relishing the thought. I imagine Stilica, who missed one in that dramatic World Cup semi-final for West Germany against France, would not be relishing the thought. And in fact, I imagine none of the players out there would be any too keen on it.
And he gave the foul for the Spaniards.
And the foul, strange, and the free kick goes to Real Madrid. 13 minutes to go. 1-1 the score. Tremendous test for this young Aberdeen side, average age 23, remember. Real Madrid vastly more superior, more experienced rather. With people like Stilica. Medcod. Stilica. San Jose. San Jose again. Salguero's gone more or less left-sided midfield, aimed in there towards Santillana and to Juanito. Gallego playing it to Juan Jose. This cross coming in, McMaster getting a useful little header away. And a good, strong challenge again for Aberdeen by Simpson. Here's Strachan. Hewitt outside him, now Hewitt. Fairly fresh legs there. But he took a little too much. Santillana, again very deep, Salguero. Juanito. Stilica. The Real Madrid drum still beating out. The Aberdeen fans cheering their team on. Still 1-1 with just over 10 minutes of extra time remaining. This is San Jose for Real Madrid. A little flick in towards his captain Santillana. McMaster being chased out there by Juanito. McMaster keeping good control, and a nice pass there for Simpson. And a chance again for Aberdeen to make the break. Can they find the goal that really matters in the 10 minutes or so that are left? 1-1 still. Peter Weir. Chance for his little cross in there towards Mark McGee, flicked on towards Hewitt. They've got nothing there. The flag was up for a foul by Hewitt on the keeper. Few hopeful shouts for a penalty, but I think it was a long way from that. Keeper quite clearly going for the ball and taking it. And then really struggling to get to it. Well, he would be a manager.
Actually, this reminds me very much, Brian, of the Winners' Cup final I played in for Liverpool up in Glasgow against Borussia Dortmund. The conditions were exactly the same. It was lashing away the whole day, and they gave it into extra time there as well. Unfortunately, of course, we lost it, but you know, the way the game has gone tonight reminds me very much of that game.
Well, here come Real Madrid now. Played towards their captain Santillana, but very well watched again by Willie Miller. Simpson getting it to McMaster. San Jose. Tackled by Hewitt, but still got the ball to Metcud. Gallego. Angel. And the flag was up. That's a free kick to Real Madrid. I think Aberdeen were quite optimistic about it going their way. But Juanito is going to take it. Again, they've got Metcod forward. Salguero's in there, Santillana, dangerous in the air, of course. Gallego, also there. Juanito with the corner, McMaster with a good header away. But it comes to Juan Jose. Nito again, Juan Jose. Aberdeen have got to find some strength in those legs to hustle for a few more minutes yet. And they've done so. Weir. That's a good ball from Peter Weir.
Wow, what a fantastic goal. Peter Weir started it with the ball down the line. McGee took it on, over it came, and there was Hewitt at the back post. The Aberdeen fans are going mad behind us here. Tremendous scenes.
That's the real Peter Weir. And that's the brilliant John Hewitt. And that's 2-1 to Aberdeen. And about 8 minutes now for them to concentrate and to survive. Stilica, a long ball forward again. McMaster up there once more. Just keep getting it forward. Peter Weir. A foul given. A free kick to Aberdeen.
What a position to be in now, Brian, eh? 7 minutes to go. All they need to do is just keep the head, play racing sensibly.
This reminds me a bit now of Aston Villa last year when they got their noses in front against Bayern Munich. And you wanted them and willed them to hold on. Good turn again, and it was a foul on Mark McGee. Well, the clock will almost stop for them now. But they're still going on. It could be another one. The keeper did well there to save from Weir. Now can Real Madrid pick themselves up from this position? No, Cooper says, get into touch.
That was Mark McGee actually there, Brian, got himself into a lovely position, first clear. I mean, that would have been lovely if he managed to score with that one.
So it's Steeneker. It's Juan Jose, and Aberdeen have got to hold them out. Towards the keeper, Jim Leighton, no trouble. San Jose, that was a good bit of control. Salguero. Gallego. Hewitt has got right back there, got a useful little header in before Juan Jose could do anything about it. Di Stefano's going mad on the line now. To get his side, he hopes back on terms. No mistakes now must come from Aberdeen. There's another cross and a dangerous coming into their box, but Leighton again is there. The watch says a little over 5 minutes to go. Wasn't a very good clearance by Leighton, but fortunately for him it came off a Real Madrid player and it's gone for an Aberdeen throw. Getting frantic on the bench with Jim Leighton. They were saying, get that ball forward, much more than that. 5 minutes left. Can Aberdeen become the 6th British side to win the Cup Winners' Cup? Spurs in 63 with Bill Nicholson. West Ham in 65 with Ron Greenwood. Manchester City in 1970 with Malcolm Allison and Joe Mercer. Chelsea in 71 with Dave Sexton. And Glasgow Rangers in 72 with Willie Waddle and Jock Wallace. And here are Aberdeen looking to make it 6. Rugby now on the ball for them. And that's a cross in, but it's a keeper's ball. A little throw out to Juan Jose. A little under 5 minutes left. Gallego. Time hangs really heavy for them now. It's flying by for Real Madrid. Salguero playing the long ball forward. Willie Miller gets it away. It needs somebody to control and hold it, as Mark McGee did then. And now Simpson. And played it once more for McGee. Can he finish it off now? No. Weir. Jinking run, but Juan Jose not happy with perhaps the roasting he got from Peter Weir a moment or two ago with the cross that led for John Hewitt's second goal, and there's animation around the place now. And a free kick for Aberdeen. On my watch, just about 3 minutes left. McGee must have used an elbow or something there on the Real Madrid player San Jose, so it's a free kick for Real Madrid. 2-1 to Aberdeen. Well, that clock says 3 minutes to go. Willie Miller away, and that's an interesting ball. The keeper's got to come right out. Now what? Well, if Strachan can get it off him, but he can't, but it's Aberdeen's throw.
Well, it's all happening now, isn't it? In the last 5 minutes, Aberdeen's had a couple of chances. That was almost going to be something a bit special if Gordon had managed to get the ball off him.
Well, certainly for British football, it'd be lovely to see them do it. Hewitt, man who scored that second goal. Yes. And a shot just wide from Simpson. Because they're a very good club, Aberdeen. They are well managed and well run.
A super club.
I think every Aberdonian now is biting his nails, wondering if his team can just hold on for this little bit longer. Oh. Rugby has gone, like playing it back to goalkeeper Jim Leighton. We're inside the last 2 minutes now. Salguero right back there.
There's an up and under.
A real up and under there from San Jose. And it's with Strachan. Oh, that's a free kick, surely. Well, he said no. Well, how can he not give a free kick there? Gallego. Stilica. Played in again for Bonnet. Now for Angel. Oh, and he's given a free kick now. Now this could be a problem for Aberdeen. A free kick for Real Madrid about 2 yards outside the penalty area with 1 minute of extra time remaining, and we've already said about fears we have of Juanito, who bends the ball, and he tried to play the ball through too quickly, and he's going to have to take it again, presumably because he took it before the referee indicated. Well, if Aberdeen survive this, they will most certainly win the cup, but can they survive it? And who's behind it this time? Salguero is there. It looks as though it might be a blasted goal. It can't really be anything else. And the referee wants the Aberdeen wall back another couple of yards. Salguero with the blast! Right past the post. When I saw that go past the keeper, I thought for one horrible moment it was going into the corner of the Aberdeen net. But no, it's past the post as Jim Leighton went flying across his goal. And Aberdeen are almost there. On my watch, there are 5 seconds of extra time remaining. All they've got to do is just keep their heads for a second or two more. They've done it! Aberdeen have won the Cup Winners' Cup by 2 goals to 1. Eric Black and a brilliant headed goal by John Hewitt. The goal scorers for Aberdeen. And Juanito from the penalty spot for Real Madrid. What a marvellous finish for Aberdeen when it looked as though their heads were down a little bit when they were pulled back to 1-1. But then they found some fresh reserves, particularly in the second half, and they, in many respects, dominated the second half, but then got a winner that was thoroughly deserved when Weir went down the left and hit that beautiful cross in for Hewitt to come soaring in and put it into the net. Willie Miller coming to this side of the field and applauding the Aberdeen fans. And indeed, they should be applauding these men in red tonight, because Aberdeen have done them proud. Tremendous performance by Alec Ferguson's side. And Aberdeen, with still the Scottish Cup to play for, have already got the Cup Winners' Cup. And this is the moment that made it for them. As Peter Weir went down the left, a superb cross in. Look at that for a header from young John Hewitt, had only just come on as the sub. John McMaster, who thought his career was finished with a really serious leg injury, gets a Cup Winners' Cup medal, as we see again the moment that decided it all for John Hewitt.
It was a brave header as well, Brian, with the goalkeeper coming out towards him. Kept his eye on the ball. Tremendous night, isn't it, for Aberdeen? All the town has been red and white all day with the thousands of fans that have come over. It's marvellous for them that the team have won the Cup.
As you can see, it's the first time they've ever been in a European final, and you can't do anything better than win it. And Alec Ferguson there in the midst of his players. In fact, they're trying to lift him. Two of the players have lifted him shoulder high. And taking them across there, that's what the Aberdeen fans wanted to see. Peter Weir there, whose lovely cross, number 11, whose cross led to that winning goal. And I have to say, away off the picture, as Archie Knox gets his, the right-hand man and assistant manager gets his bit of glory, away out of the picture, there are 11 men in an all-white strip who just don't know where to put themselves. Real Madrid. A brilliant, battling performance in the most appalling conditions by Aberdeen. And there'll be a little celebrating to be done in Gothenburg town tonight. And you might do a bit of it.
Only if you invite me. Yes, I should think there'll be a few bottles getting cracked. and they thoroughly deserve it. I mean, the players, I'm so delighted for them, because I've followed Aberdeen through the tournament, been to see the earlier rounds, and to see them getting this far and then winning it is really tremendous.
Willie Miller, a brilliant captain tonight. Look at them. They are so overjoyed. It's brilliant to see it. And the cup will be presented by Dr. Artemio Franchi, the president of UEFA from Italy, to the winning captain, Willie Miller. The Aberdeen fans have plenty to cheer, as at this moment, Willie Miller, an excellent captain on a difficult night. And there's the other captain, and that's the other side of the story, of course. But that's the happy side, with Aberdeen winning their first European trophy, and the way they're managed and administered, you have the feeling it won't be the last. Neil Simpson, the young man, number 8 in midfield, who had a tremendous battle right the way through it. Mark McGee, who kept fighting and kept being fouled, but he kept going on. John McMaster, Peter Weir, lovely cross for the goal. 26 goals this season for Mark McGee, not one tonight, but some along the way that helped. Big Doug Rugby. And they're all getting a turn. Eric Black, whose goal got Aberdeen on their way and then went off. Gordon Strachan, sprightly little player. Neil Cooper, who battled in the middle of the field. Alec McLeish, whose mistake led to the penalty, but who recovered well. And the big defender there, Stuart Kennedy, he's a big man in many ways, who wasn't quite fit enough to play. Goalkeeper, the reserve goalkeeper, Brian Gunn, the big fair-haired lad there, only 19. A real team performance.